Alright, so Mars is one of the best units on release and the most useful, especially for PvE content running the gear stage. And just everything he offers. He has an AoE stun, he has another stun, he tanks really well, he has taunt, he could slow with Lotus, and he tanks even more. Did I say he could tank? Because he could tank. And as we can see, because he's a tank or defender, he is able to get very high CC. Defenders are just like inherently like going to get more CC because defense stats just count for so much, and they have such a high defense stat from the get-go. So like it's very easy to get them up, and of course no one else is really going to take too many defense pieces, so you can just slap them all on Mars. So now that we got the little overview out of the way, let's talk about his skills. So skill 1, by the way, I'm going to count with the skill page because you can't choose it for free, and I did tell you to choose it, so, you know. It doesn't really add much. I think it adds the reduced defense level 3, and before it is level 2, I think. What does it change? 50% reduced level... Hello? Oh, it adds the defense on skill 1. Okay. So, with the skill page, you have the defense level 1, but you could also have a 70% chance to single target taunt, up to 80% at level 5. Getting that extra defense by 105 is wild to me. It's a very good overall skill 1, that the taunt is very useful. Sometimes you'll find it very useful in PvE. Skill 2 reduces their defense by 60%, and you have a 50% chance to stun up to 60% at level 5. Pretty good single target multiplier too. You'll find this very useful in PvP, but also PvE if you get lucky. I think this is a very, very nice one. Now, this is not one you're going to be using much, but it's going to be giving you Fortify level 3, so it's going to make you take 34% less damage, and you have a 25% chance to extend the debuff duration, or status change duration, which overall is pretty good, but nothing compared to his combo. He has one of the best combos, and it's both. It's not even just a like united attack, it's also just a combined attack. So the combined attack it's an AoE with a 40% chance to stun all enemies. Insane. Like, getting that AoE is gonna be huge. You're gonna find it so clutch in like PvE stages, or even in PvP. Sometimes it's really clutch. Obviously you can't use Lotus to have this active like in the combo, but if you do, it's even better sometimes, because this is going to give you all attack magic reduction, taunt, and then also Lotus speed lowers. You're doing so much with one combo, and the taunt could honestly be so clutch, especially in the future. You could stop people from using shields. Even now, like, you could stop Radis from using a shield if you get the taunt on them, because taunts stop you, stop the enemy, or stop you like with the taunt from using a buff effect. So like, it's really good for that. Reducing all attack, and then also putting the slowdown is just so perfect. So either you use AoE stun, or you AoE just like debuff them to the fucking moon, right? So it's like really good for all of that. Now let's talk about his talents and if you should dupe, or his passives. So his passives, the first one is probably the best like passive ever to exist in the whole fucking game. So it gives debuff immunity for 1 turn at the start of combat. So yeah, before everyone attacks, you have debuff immunity. When one person attacks, they lose it. When another attacks, they lose it, and so on and so forth. Really clutch, especially against Lotuses, but Lotus can actually take it off because he does have buff removal, and he could get lucky and take it off. Now, as for his dupes, right, and his dupe passive, so it gives him defense HP and then damage resistance, probably some of the best things he could get. Honestly, if you're able to dupe him out naturally, go for it. I don't think you should chase dupes though. But as for his dupe passive, it's going to be giving him reduced damage taken when being attacked. Honestly, just really good, man. If you get him duped out, it's not going to be bad. You shouldn't chase him. I think that getting William up to dupe 5 is much more important. But getting him up is just such a blessing, and you're going to get him on the unfeatured pool. So like, just don't chase it, but I think that be happy when you do pull him. He's one that's like very much, if you want to get him up to 2 or 3, go ahead, but it's not 100% needed. His defense is just insanely high. I think if we go to Pride Win, let me show you. I think he has the highest defense in the game. Yep, highest defense in the game by a long mile, by over 1,000. At his HP, I think, okay, it's pretty much that, it's pretty down there. But considering his defense, it's fair enough, right? Like, you could say that's fair enough. Like, 8,600 defense is wild, right? So, after this, what do I do usually? Let's talk about skill pages. So, let's open back up Opera, and let's talk about it. So, his best skill pages. Now, Best one by far is his, actually. Thank God, unlike Lotus's. But it's going to be giving him 4 to 8 at max percent damage reduction per time you get attacked. So every time you get attacked, or every time you take damage, I guess that would count for DOTs too. You could get the 4 to 8% fortify, so either 16 up to 32% fortify. Pretty good, nice. Then it adds the defense level 1 on your skill 1, which gives you 105% extra defense with the taunt. So it's very smart because you taunt them, but then you also have your defense increased. Best one by far, especially just that damage reduction is very sweet, especially if you do have them duped out and you already have damage reduction there. You cannot go wrong with it. Now, this one does give him a barrier equal to 15 to up to 30% of his max HP for 2 turns, which if we just count my current Mars on KR, it's 74, but on, wow, that's funny. It's actually higher on global than KR. But yeah, so about like, you're going to get what? 10% is 7k, so about like a 12k barrier. So it's there. Nothing crazy, but these are probably better. Second, giving him the increased max HP and then increased defense. You can max it out and then, you know, you're good to go. This one, increasing defense and healing, I'd say this one's much better because it starts out at 40% and this one is free to play because you could pull it or you could get it from the Hall of Memories. So this one, or Memory Hall, sorry. So this one gives up to 80% increased defense where this one gives 30%, but it also gives the max HP, right? So, you know, up to you. Now, then this one also, I mean, you could also get the Fortify when you do take damage, but it's only a chance, so kind of sucks. But hey, it could give you 20% fortify, so I'd say this one is not bad if you don't have anything else, but 25% chance, so you know, nothing too crazy. But these are the main ones I would say you should run if you're free to play. Of course, running Sekes is just not really a bad idea, not at all. Now, as for the talents, obviously always going for these two I'd say is the best. Now that one's just not good. I'd say like these two definitely is the best. As for attack, I didn't really go for any. And then of course for this, going for the damage resistance plus the extra SP is just, it's always so clutch. Like you don't want to, going for other ones, the HP recovery received, not crazy. Chance to reduce skill 2 cooldown by 1, not crazy, but pretty good. Accuracy and penetration increase, not really good. And then grants debuff immunity for 1 turn upon resisting damage successfully. Yeah, like you do want the swiftness and then the increased damage resistance one. And as for the attacks, I mean, hey, if you really want them, go for these two, I guess. But it should not, it's not that deep, bro. It really isn't. So that's basically it for the talents. Now, as for the gear build, there's 2 main gear builds that I see, but this is not the best one overall. You could run this. Obviously, you're getting the 70% increased defense. So, like, it's going to be very nice. And 8% fortify, which means 8% damage reduction. But the best one... Oops, wrong tab. I did not show that right. The best one is probably going to be doing it like this, because you're going to get 4 defense pieces instead of the 2 here. Because as we can see, the only 2 that we run here is... this one and then this one, because of the fact that you need the 4 piece. So you have to run this one and this one, which stops you from getting 4 defense pieces, which is honestly pretty crucial. So I'd say that overall this is the best way to run it, is with 4 defense pieces and then 3 sub defense or just like 3 square attack pieces, and then you're gonna get 3 set bonuses. And then you're also going to get a bunch of defense. Now, the best ones is for sure the 2-piece upgraded defense, 2-piece upgraded HP, and then 2-piece upgraded speed, because he is very low on speed. So, like, because of the fact he's at 100 speed, if he does, so 5% would be what, like 5, would be just like 5 speed increase, unless I'm tripping. But it's good enough to where it's going to help him in some cases, not all cases, but in some cases this speed is going to be the best. But of course you can run the non-upgraded versions, works too, especially because I'm making this video mainly for Canada. But this is what I'm running right now because I don't have many good sets, so there's no reason for me to really trip over it. But you always want to go for, best thing is definitely the KR build. I just say this is just so beautiful, and obviously you guys know what to go for. HP and defense, that's basically it, but mainly defense. Substats could also be damage resistance. Damage resistance is very nice, and if you want high CC, crit resistance gives you a lot. Which piece gives it? Is it this? I guess it is. I don't know, but I'm getting a bunch of crit resistance from somewhere, and crit res actually gives a bunch. To kind of showcase that it does give a bunch, let me give you an example. Basically, Noel, everyone else, if we go for DPSs, usually on their dupes, they're like dupe 4, gives them like 300, 400, 500, right? But as for Noel, her dupe 4, because of the substat it gave, the 3rd substat, it gave her 1300 because it was crit resistance. Crit resistance is a very good substat, and you do want to run it for defenders, obviously. Now, as for teams, he is like basically very lenient, but also just very similar to Lotus in terms of teams. Oh, I'm on KR. Whoops, wrong version. Hold up. Okay, so teams you want to run is probably this one. This one works very well in terms of having a DPS, and then you run the 3 blues, obviously, for Arena. Great. Now, if not, if you want to have the stun, you could do something like this, where it's going to be AoE damage plus AoE stun. But the most toxic one that I found out recently is that you basically you combo with William while also being linked to Mars, and since he's the quickest, he's gonna go first. You get the AoE stun, and no one should be able to block the stuns unless there's Red Asta Summer Red Asta, but right now he's not out on Canada, so there's not really a problem there. And this team just like cooks, because like you get the AoE stun off, and from there it's like GG, right? Except for that, I mean, you want to run him with Lotus most of the time, right? But even without, like, you could do a bunch of fun teams. I mean, you don't need him per se. Like, if you want to just like shield a lot, you could run Rhodes, right? If not, like, just run any DPS. He could, like, if we really think of it, like, you run this, and then you could put, like, I don't know, Mimosa. And if you want, actually, I've seen this team too, where you put Rill with them. And like, I guess you could put William, but you're gonna put Rill, and that's gonna be like a double stun team if you want. I'd say teams, he fits in everywhere. It's hard to like say a specific team, but the best one for sure is this one, I'd say, because Lotus and Mars just go very well together in everything. They just debuff like crazy. They do every single debuff in the book, and they're very good, right? They're just like very good. And obviously for blue stage, you would just do this and then this. There you go. That's basically the best blue team in the game. And hey, it has all of these guys. I'd say that, yeah, that's basically it. Now, as for Arena, let's do some runs. Just show you how I use this team. And then we're going to do one with Lotus. We're going to do 2 runs. One where we're using the combo first turn, and then one where it's just the combo united attack. So this team actually seems to be one of the best teams I've seen. For a bot, right? Because these are all bot teams and not actual people, which is very sad. But yeah, so all we need to do is this. So we do this. Since we go first, we get the stun. 2 people got stunned. GG, basically. Alright, you got the... That's fine. But now we get to slow. A Lotus counter is a bit annoying, though. Not gonna lie. His is very annoying. But we got to put some debuffs. Now, I'd say that going for this should be fine. Shouldn't be that much of a hassle. He can't even attack, right? So that's really good. Now we get to stun again. Best case is we do get to stun him. We do get the stun. That's Mars at play for you. Now we're gonna buff Yami, and it should be GG's. I don't know if he's gonna go first, but he should go after, right after this. Oh, never mind. Oh wait, okay, nice. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So we do that, then we do this, and pretty much 96k. There you go. The Yami goat, bro. The Yami goat. And from here, it's GG. I could taunt, get my defense up 2 since I have the skill page. And lovely, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but hey, they're good. And this is like a big stun team because you got Yami stun, you got Mars stun, and you got the William stun. So it's just too good. It's genuinely just too good. And if you want to take it a step further, Lotus could be replaced by Rill, and then you have like 4 people who could stun on your team. Isn't that kind of kawaii, guys? Like Lotus is saying, right? So now we're just gonna switch and put these 2. Oh, we're gonna put these 2 together just to show you how that would work. But the taunting is very good. I want to find a Rhodes team and then try to get the thing off. I don't even care for it. I think it's gonna be hard to show off and do it well, so I'm just not going to. But you're still gonna see it. But basically, the main point is just like, you get the combo off with Lotus and Mars, and then afterwards, you hope that they taunt Rhodes before he uses his shield, so that Rhodes cannot shield, but Rhodes has higher speed than Mars, so it doesn't work out too well, right? Now this team is much more of a debuff team. I'm just playing it safe. So like you have the what's it called? The Fortify up, and then Lotus might reduce attack a bit. Oh, that sucks a bit. But after, oh man, okay, well I mean, they're not going to get to do much. But usually what would happen is that You would put the all attack down, you would taunt them, and you would lower their speed, and you're basically untouchable at that point. Like, if I would put Charlotte here and Nose out, oh my god, you would be taking no damage. It's actually wild. It's actually really wild. Since we have time, let's do another one. I mean, it's not crazy long video, and yeah, we're good. Oh, and it's perfect. It's Rhodes. You can never be mad with a Rhodes. Right, guys? Right. Alright, so final match. No stuns, so we should be good there. Should go according to plan overall. So yeah, they're gonna ult because they're cringe. We get the counters though, so that's huge. We're fine. I mean, man, this is like, oh fuck. Okay, so I couldn't really show it, but we're not gonna be taking much damage after this. So we do that. That's fine. Now we do the combo and look, taunt, speed lower, and all attack lower. Kind of crazy. 2 people are gonna get the all attack lower. Then he gets 2 reduced speed because Lotus is just that guy. My god, bro. Like, let's look at the amount of debuffs on them afterwards. Just to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. They're dead. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's ult him. 117. Let's go. Alright. Get the stun off and make my life easier. Or don't. Oh, but we're still fine. Could I? No, I can't. Stun. Man, bleed down. I just wanted to kill you guys right away, but hey, there you go. Alright, so yeah, no, Mars, insane unit. Love him. Goated and stays goated forever, bro. Like, there's never a time where he falls off, I'd say. He can't. His defense is too high. Everything's too good. But yeah, that's basically it. Take it for my word as the rank 1, legend 1 player. The only one that Mars is goated.